We are back. We gotta talk about this video that Nintendo released. It's a bit of a touchy subject. It's been spicy. People are upset about this. You know what? I'm gonna be very, very honest. Let's just bring the reality out. But unfortunately, physical media is disappearing. And it will continue to disappear in this digital age that we're going into. The reason why I'm really saying this is because companies like Xbox, Sony, Nintendo is now in that transition period. They're making moves where they're gonna start changing the way how you consume media, and unfortunately this is what it is. Changing the digital landscape where it's very easy to use, very convenient, and it saves them money. Remember this is a business. It's not about good practice, PR, whatever. At the end of the day, if they're not producing good games and all that, with those good games, with the cases and all that, is plastic, paper, disc, etc. Right? There's a whole big fiasco about the game key cards and all that stuff with Switch 2. It is basically, I'm gonna say this very thoroughly, it is like a cat key card. Basically, it's a chip that has the information stating, hey, this is the game for this card. You put it into your Switch and it downloads it immediately. Other technology like this is like a cat card in the United States. I don't know if in other government agencies around the world, they have these particular ID cards that you put into a keyboard. It has all your information on said card. This is basically what it is. It's all there. It's probably really easy to make. It's probably real cheap for Nintendo to do this. That's what they're doing it. Because the other route is fuck physical, fuck the boxes, fuck the paper, fuck the manuals, and forget the key cards. We're just gonna do digital. And they didn't do this route, and that's Nintendo. Nintendo's doing this pivot from just like, developers are just putting game codes on the box of the games, because they did that in the first Switch. They did that, unfortunately, and they had to label it, and people get upset and all that kind of stuff. And it's like, what's the point of even buying this physical case if there's no card in it? Now people are making that argument. Why are you gonna get the game key card if the game is not on the game key card? Only just the information for the game. Let's just bust all the bubbles. I don't care if people get upset about this, but this is the movement that we've been seeing this trend for a long time. The physical media is going to go away, either as fast or how slow, depending on the market, how it reacts. On, like, for example, VHS, which is a video cassette tape, disappeared. Why? DVDs came out. And then the Blu-ray came out. And now everything's streaming and downloading. It's easy for it to get replaced in due time. The reason why there's still DVDs and Blu-rays being produced today is because people are still buying them. Once those numbers go down, once all that stuff starts going down, the companies that make the Blu-rays and the DVDs, the people that produce all that stuff, that puts in for the resources for that, they'll start just cutting cost, and that'll probably be the first thing to go. It's just the cost, because they got to give it to you. You know, hey, there you go. Here's your DVD, your Blu-ray, your game cartridge, your game disc, and so on and so forth. You know, the whole thing about them explaining, you know, the game key cards and everything, it's a very understandable, and I can see why they're doing this video, and the reason is to make sure that everybody understands what a game key card is. You know, what is it on, how the card's going to look like, how your cases are going to look like. They even gave you a QR code and all that. All that information in regards of game key cards. Because you have access to that game through that card. It is literally just a little chip, very cheap chip, and that's it. And it downloads the game from their servers. That is it. They're trying. This is their way of saving money, besides just eliminating altogether. And I think they're not gonna go that route that fast, because it will just be so much backlash. It'll be so much backlash. It will affect sales more than likely. So the game key cards will not affect sales, as is a way for you to have a physical item that has access to the game, and then it just downloads it for you on the Switch. And that's basically it. It's very cheap, it's effective, and it works. Plus DRM. Because over time, this will disappear. Give it 20 years, maybe less, it'll just be all digital. In the gaming front, the big one that has really disappeared in physical games is PC games. PC games have lost physical for some time by now. In the early 2000s, there were still some that were being produced in the DVD era, but over time, if you ever looked up any kind of PC nowadays, even a pre-built to a nice overly priced, you know, enthusiast build, there's no DVD drive. People don't really pay attention to that, but yeah, that is actually a case that PC games, it's all download, it's all online, it's all on Steam, GOG, Epic, Xbox, Ubisoft, EA, and so on. So, you know, this might be the last bastion of physical media from Nintendo. Who knows? All I do know is that I'm already preparing for that day and collecting as much as I can from the Switch. The good thing is, though, a lot of consoles from the past, like the NES, Super Nintendo, GameCube, Dreamcast, all those games are already preserved. PS2 games, I think, if I'm correct, last I checked, they're all preserved. PS3 games are still in the work right now. They're still making their rounds and uploading those games, all that kind of stuff. You know, right now I know the emulation for PS3 is still in the works. It's good, but it's not 100% complete, unlike the PS2. But yeah. But here's the thing: when you go to Xbox, though, Xbox emulation's kind of like different. There's just the fan base is not there, kind of there. And a lot of the other the games on Xbox are actually on PS2 or GameCube. So, at the end of the day, this whole conversation is about, this is not going to go away. You're going to see this probably from Xbox. You're going to probably see this from Sony one day. When? I don't know. Maybe the next console when they release it. Have you noticed the PlayStation Portable doesn't have any cartridges in them? The Xbox ROG Ally X and the Ally versions do not have any cartridges on them. That's just my little thought on that. That digital, it's taking another big step and all this kind of stuff. Now, obviously, by now, this whole game key card thing, it's already been talked about since the announcement of the Switch 2. I will give it to Nintendo. At least they're extending the life and the life of the original Switch with all their original cartridges. That the mass majority of the games on the original Switch does work on the Switch 2. I have made a video on that. I have made videos on the reason for game preservation. I could put a link for you, whatever. But this is just what's gonna happen now. So I don't know. That's just a food for thought. Think about it. What I mean, if you notice that those newer handhelds from the other companies, they're just not having any kind of cartridges. It's just downloads or streaming, cloud gaming. That'd be the next move, probably. Saving them money, probably. I don't know. Nintendo's holding on, and they're extending the life of the original Switch to the Switch 2, and then the transition to it. So, yeah, that's just I guess in some people's eyes, it's very unfortunate. Some people's eyes, it is fortunate. So, I don't know. All I do know is, it's still a good time to be a gamer. It's still a good time to collect if you can. But other than that, that's pretty much all I got on the subject. If you liked the video, hit the like button. If you disliked the video, dislike it. You know what I mean? And put your thoughts down in the comments in regards to this. As an older gamer, I saw this from a mile away. It was eventually the party for physical media was about to come to a close. It's just a matter of when. And Nintendo, like I said, because there's rumors of a next console coming from Sony and from Xbox. And there's some rumors that it might be just all digital. So, I don't know. Other than that, put your thoughts in the comments. Subscribe if you like the content. I make a lot of it. I'm trying to make more, but other than that, you have yourself a nice day, alright? Peace.